Hi everyone. So this video is going to start off with the example of the stop motion animation movie that I made, and then it's going to jump into showing you a tutorial on how to create the video using the stop motion animation app. Then I'm going to show you how to add music or sound over your movie, and then finally I'm going to show you how to download, save your file, and share it with me on Google Drive. I wanted to start off the video by showing you my setup. So I have my objects that I'm ready to film. I'm ready to go right here. And here's my tripod. So I just Googled DIY tripods so that I can show you something. If you don't have a tripod, that's fine. But you do want to do some sort of a setup where your phone is not going to move the whole duration of your video. So I just took a paper cup and I cut slits down both sides. Make sure that those slits are completely straight and even, or else your phone will sit crooked. And you do want to make sure that you have access to the buttons on either side. But this is going to make sure that my phone does not move, and then I can film my video and not worrying about having the phone do stuff like this. So there's my setup, and then now I'm going to show you how to use the app. Okay, so here we are on our home screen. If you had taken any other videos prior to this, you would see them on your screen. But I'm going to click New Movie. And the first thing I want you to do is you're going to choose your frames per second. So if you come over here to the Settings button on the left and click on Settings, this is going to pop up. This has a bunch of different options for you to use while you're filming your video. But the one that I want you to look at is your movie speed. So this is frames per second. So the more pictures that you take, the smoother your claymation or animation movie is going to be. I want you to have it set at least at 10. I think when you open up the app, it might be set a lot lower. So 10 means that every 10 pictures that you take is going to fill up 1 second worth of video. I would actually recommend that you go even higher, but the higher the frames per second is, the more pictures you have to take. So I think 10 is a good base, but most really nice animation movies, if they're like just an amateur claymation, would probably be set maybe at 15 or 12, a little bit higher than 10, but I want you guys to at least have it set at 10. But do know that the higher that you go on this number, the smoother your animation is going to look. So that's what I want you to do, is make sure that your frames per second is set at 10, and that's that first button. You see where there's a blue line underneath it. It looks like a timer, and that's what you're going to set it at. And then now we're going to add some pictures. So we're going to start filming our video. So tap here to add some pictures. We're going to click on the camera, and now you're going to see our scene set up. So I have my son's blocks. That is my objects. I'm going to be doing an object motion video. So I have his blocks right here set up. The first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the timer feature. So underneath the red button, there's a timer, and if you click on it, you can decide however many seconds that you want the timer feature to be on. I'm going to start at 5. So if I put it at 5, that means that every 5 seconds, the camera is going to take the picture for you, so you do not have to push the red button every time you want to take a picture. This is really nice, especially if you're doing pixelation, because if you are the star of your show, you don't have to push the button. You can have it on a timer. There is reasons that you wouldn't want the timer, and I'll go over that later, but for right now, for the beginning of my movie, I'm going to put it on a timer. So I have it at 5 seconds, and then I'm going to push the record button. So I'm going to push the red button, and it's showing me a timer, and at the 5-second mark, it's going to take a picture. And then I'm slightly going to move the box, and it's going to take a picture. So the first part of my video, I'm going to have the box spinning. Notice how slight my movements are. We don't want to go too fast. We want a really nice smooth transition. Now I'm going to take it off the timer because for the next part, I'm going to be pushing the button manually because I'm going to have to set up some things. Alright, so the next part of my video, I'm going to want the lid of his toy box to start coming off. And then I'm going to manually take the picture. So I'm pushing the red button. And then I'm going to slightly move the lid again. I'm going to take a picture. The next button I want to show you is here on the left. You'll see this grid with like a blue sliding button. If I slide that button, it's a neat feature. It's going to show me where the last picture that I took started. So if I move this, you can see it has this little halo look, and that's showing me that the last picture I took was up there. And then now I'm slightly moving the box and I'm taking another picture. So this makes sure that you line up the next shot perfectly, so you can see the little halo. And so I'm just going to, so if I don't want to go too far, I'm going to look at my last picture and then line that up. Now I want it to look like the box, the top of the box is actually going to be coming off, and gravity is not on our side to do that. So I have some tape here, and I'm going to take some tape. You don't have to do this if you don't have any tape, but I don't want the lid to just fall off. I want it to kind of slightly angle itself off the piece. So I'm going to try to hide the tape as best I can. And using that button, I can see, you see the tape? You can kind of see the tape. I'm going to stick the tape where you can't see it as well. And then I'm going to take a picture. And then I want it to start to angle down slightly. So with my tape over here, so that you can't see it, I'm going to put some tape inside this one. I'm going to lane it. And the tape's not visible, take a picture. And then I'm pushing the play button so I can see my last couple slides. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. So that's my first scene. Then I'm just going to slowly slide the lid out of frame, and then we're going to start with the blocks. So for this, I might put the timer back on, and I'll probably put the timer at maybe a 3 because it's faster. So I can go back and I can look at my video if I need to see how it's going. I just highly recommend that you do not move your scene because you're not going to be able to put it back in the exact same spot, and make sure you have a tripod so that you don't move your camera. So I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to click the back button, which is up here in the top left. It's going to take me back to my home screen, and then over here the right corner, if you push play, you'll be able to see how your video looks so far. So now I'm just going to keep going. So now you're going to make sure that you're at the end of your roll. And then I'm going to click add more pictures. So same thing, top right corner, click that camera button. And you're going to go back to your scene. So now I'm going to have the blocks start to come out of the box one by one, kind of like they're marching out. I'm going to need some more tape again because some of the blocks are not going to be able to hold their own as they're coming down. So I'm going to take a picture of the box, and this one I'm going to put manually because it's going to take me a little bit of time to set up each block. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to start with this yellow block right here. I'm going to have it start off at the top. And I'm going to take a little piece of tape. I'm going to place that on this, let's see, I want it to look like it's kind of sliding down, so I might put it just at the corner. Take a picture. There. Nope, you can see the tape. Right there, picture. And then it's just going to keep doing that. And this is when you would want to have that halo on so you can see where the last picture was shot. So I can see my last picture and then my now picture. And then I'm just going to keep moving the yellow block down the box with that tape on the back, taking a picture. And I think I'm going to make him look like he's doing like some somersaults. So I'll see if he can lean at an angle. And if not, I'm going to get my tape back. Put some tape behind him. Make him kind of do an angled shot. And then now he's on, almost on his side. Now he's on his side. And he's going to roll out of frame. And as he's starting to roll out of frame, my next block is going to enter. So now I'm going to have two people in my scene. I'm going to do one more. And then I'm going to choose this red block. And he's going to start to come up here. Click the top, the back button, and it'll take you to this screen. And then all you have to do is just push the play over here at the bottom right. And you're going to see how your whole movie looks so far. And I think that looks pretty good. So you're going to see that I am at, I think it says 7 seconds of my movie. And your goal is to get to 25 to 30 seconds. Alright, so now that we've taken all of the pictures for our movie, now you're going to edit your movie. So this is the editing screen. This is when you click the back button, and you're going to see all of these icons. If you click on the question mark, it's going to pop up and give you some tips on what you can do. Most of them cost money. So unless you buy the upgrade, which you are not required to do, and I do not want you to do, then you're not going to have as much options. So I want to make sure I delete my hand from this video. So you can see it's already highlighted in blue, so I'm going to click on that square, and then I'm just going to click the delete button. And then now that picture's out of frame. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to find any more where my hand accidentally got caught, and you can delete those. So I got 2 right there. So now I'm going to show you how to add audio to your video. So you're going to click on the microphone button, and this is going to pop up, and it's going to ask you if you'd like to record, and you're just going to push record. There are other ways to add music, but that's not free in this app, and you'd have to pay for it, and I do not want you guys to pay for the upgrade because it's not necessary, and I don't want you to spend any money on this project. But if you do pay for the upgrade, that's completely your choice, and I did not tell you to do so. So for this example, we're just going to use the audio button. So I have all of my materials that were in my video, and I'm going to use them to make the sound effects. So I have the lid to my toy box, and I'm going to start deciding how I want that to sound. So when I push play, I want it to sound like this is moving in a circle. So I'm going to go back to the beginning. I'm going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to push audio, and it's going to say record. Ready to record. And then 3, 2, 1. I'm going to push stop. So now you're going to hear. So because it goes so fast, it's hard to know where to stop it at. So I can go back and I can click on it. And I can click audio and I can trim it. So I can say I want the audio to stop about here, and you can play it. And so about right there, I'm going to click done. So I'm going to trim some of that audio. Okay, and then starting where the lid starts to come off, I'm going to use the lid. I actually have it right here, and I'm going to add a little bit more audio. So I'm going to click audio, record. So now it's going to sound like this. Okay, and then starting with the yellow block, I'm just going to take the yellow block, I have it right here, and I'm just going to make some sounds of it moving across the table. I'm going to click record. So now, let's hear it all together. So I'm just going to keep doing that throughout the video, and you're going to hear like the toy chest fall over and them all splatter out. So for this last part of the video, I'm going to show you how I want you to save your video to your phone and then send it to me on Google Drive. So the first thing I need you to do is I need you to retitle what your name is on the video. So right now it should say My First Movie or something similar to that. So what you need to do is you just put your finger on those words, My First Movie, and this little screen is going to pop up. So you're going to click OK, and you're going to retitle it. For the practice week, I want you to title it First Name, Last Name, Practice, because we're going to be doing two different videos, a practice and a final. And then next week, when you do your final draft, you're going to title it First Name, Last Name, Final. And then click OK. So now that I have my title saved, I'm going to hold my finger over the video, and I'm going to click Export Video, and I'm going to save it to my phone. I do have an Android, so my screen might look different than what yours looks like, but however you need to do it, you just need to save this video to your phone. Next, you're going to go into your phone's gallery, and you're going to find this video. It might be in your pictures or your documents, wherever in your phone this video was saved to. And then you're going to click at the bottom, you're going to see an image. I have an Android, so my image looks like this, but yours might look like this if you have an iPhone. If you click on that, it's going to ask you where you'd like to send this video. We want to save it to our drive. If you don't have Google Drive installed onto your phone, then you're first going to have to download the Google Drive app. That way you can save it to your drive. And then you're going to click OK, and then this video is now going to be saved to your drive. So now you're going to go into your Google Drive. You can do this either on your phone or on your computer since the drive is in the cloud. So I'm going to go into my Google Drive and I'm going to find the video. If you go to search, you can just type in the title of your video and it should pop up. And then you're going to click on it and then you're going to share it with me. So when you click on the video, it'll ask you who you want to share it with. You'll click share and then you'll type in my name, mlaguna@humanunion.org. You might see it come up as Morgan Evans. That's just my maiden name and it still is in the system. So click on my name and then you're going to push share, and now your video is shared with me, and then I will be grading that this week. And then you're going to be doing the same process next week when you do your final video. You'll share it with me, but this time the title will say First Name, Last Name, Final. So please make sure that your title does have your name in it, because if you share it with me without the title, I will not be able to know who made that video. So have a great week. I will see you guys next week when we talk about what your final draft needs to look like.